Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Once Upon a Crescent, a collection of stories for young Muslim children. I am your author and storyteller, Mrs. Hashmi. This is season 2, and for season 2, I'm going to need my lovely listeners to really tap into their imagination. I'll be saying the story, but your imagination is what will bring it to life. Tonight's bedtime story is called Yusuf's Playground Plan. Have you ever had a plan not work out? Has it ever happened to you where you thought you'd have the best day ahead of you, but slowly you realized that this plan might just fail? Have you ever faced such disappointed feelings because things weren't going your way? Well, this is what happened to Yusuf. Yusuf was a punctual boy. He did everything in a timely manner. Ever since he learned to tell time and read the clock, he's understood how to plan out his day to have the most fun. For example, if you would look at Yusuf's room, you would see a little white board with the day's schedule written on it with Mama's handwriting in red marker. Every night before Yusuf goes to bed, they both write down the plan for the next day. So on his whiteboard, it reads, 7 a.m., bathroom routine, wudu, and fajr salah. 7:30, breakfast. 8 a.m., get dressed and pack anything needed for an outdoor day. 8:30, play with Bayan until Mama gets ready for the day. 9:30, leave the house for Commonwealth Park. Noon, free play at home. 1 p.m., lunch. You get the point. Yusuf always sticks to his schedule. Mama makes sure of it. It helps him understand what all will happen in his day. So there Yusuf was, dressed, ready to go at 9:15 a.m., staring at his watch. He sat there calculating how much time Mama would take to leave the home. He called out to his mom, who was trying to finish up feeding his little sister Bayan. Yusuf is very particular about time, from salah times to meal times to playtime. Everything that Yusuf does is in a timely manner. Today, he was being really particular about going to the park because of the weather forecast that predicted rain. Yusuf wanted to be at the park within the next 30 minutes. He peeked into the kitchen and said, "Mama, we have to leave in the next 10 minutes to really enjoy the weather outside. Are you done feeding Bayan?" "Yes, I am. I'm about to make my coffee, sweetie, and then I'll come to the door to put my shoes on. We'll leave soon, inshallah." Just then the phone rang. "Oh, yes, this is Mrs. Sayed speaking. How can I help you?" "Oh, yeah, let me look at the calendar to tell you what day works for us." Mama waved at Yusuf and pointed to the phone and whispered to him, "It's the doctor's office. Sorry, this shouldn't take long. I'll be ready to go in just a bit." Yusuf sighed and walked to the chair and sat watching his mama trying to talk on the phone, hold Bayan, and make her coffee all at once. Yusuf decided to save time and help his little sister get ready. He brought over her little shoes to show her that it's time to leave. She wiggled out of Mama's arms and came running to her big brother. Yusuf played with Bayan for a while longer.
Do you want to put your shoes on?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Which ones? Are these?
Yeah.
Or the shiny ones?
Yeah.
Okay, let's put them on then.
Yusuf left Bayan to play with her shoes while he ran into his room to grab his journal. Yusuf has a journal that he takes to the park. It's his journal to help keep track of his monkey bar goals. Every day for the past 4 days, Mama has taken Yusuf to the same park because he has set his mind to completing the row of monkey bars. It first seemed so scary to even try. So the way Yusuf uses his journal is by writing down what he's able to do each day. For example, on day 1, he couldn't even swing to the next bar. All he did was hang in place for 20 seconds and then let go. He attempted to swing over to the second bar a few times, but he wasn't able to. But on day 2, Yusuf was able to hold on to the monkey bars for 30 seconds and swing over to the next bar. He writes all this down in his journal. On day 3, he grabbed onto the first bar, swung to the second, the third, the fourth, and nearly went halfway before landing on his feet. Yesterday was day 4, and in his journal, he drew a picture of himself at the halfway mark because he swung all the way to the 5th monkey bar with ease and speed, almost like an orangutan. So today is day 5. He is already showing so much improvement since the first day. Yusuf knew he got further and he progressed and grew in his skill because he had been coming to this same park doing the same thing for 4 days in a row. He already imagined swinging across the entire row of monkey bars. In his head, Yusuf imagined the moment that he got to the last bar where he would yell, "Yes, I did it! I can do hard things!" He was so excited about today being that day and finally being able to write down a huge check mark in his journal. Yusuf came back to the living room with his journal in hand, and he checked the time and saw that it had been a whole 20 minutes since the doctor's office called. Mama hung up the phone and turned to Yusuf and Bayan. "Sorry about the delay. Let's get going now. Wow, you both look ready to go. Alhamdulillah." Mama, Bayan, and Yusuf got settled in the car. He read the time and peered out the window to see if he could see any rain clouds. Alhamdulillah, all looked clear. Inshallah, there wouldn't be any change of plans, he thought to himself. Yusuf looked at the dashboard of the car to read the time. As they were driving, Mama called back to Yusuf. "Hey, how's your progress with the goal that you came up with? Do you feel that you're making some progress with the monkey bars? Are you halfway there?" Yusuf beamed a smile. "Mama, guess what? I can do at least half. I did it yesterday. Today, I'm going to keep going. I think my arms are building strength. This new strength will carry me to that last bar, inshallah." Mama slowed down the car before they could turn into the parking lot at the park. A large fire truck was blocking their way. There was no way they could enter the park. There seems to be some sort of accident here," Mama said out loud. Yusuf looked out of the car window and he saw a fire hydrant that was damaged. Water was bursting through, causing a flood of water to pour out into the street. The flooded street needed to be attended to. There was a police officer standing at the street trying to direct all the traffic to move away from the scene. The police officer looked to Mama's car and moved his arm to the right, signaling for her to take a right turn away from the park. Mama had to take an unexpected turn into another street, and she kept driving on away from the accident. "Sorry, sweetie. Guess we can't go to this park today." Yusuf was so disappointed. He complained out loud. "Why did the fire hydrant have to break today? The day that I was planning on doing the entire row of monkey bars." "Ugh," he grumbled out loud. Mama said what she always says when things don't go according to plan. We plan, Yusuf, but Allah is the best of planners." Yusuf knew that this was Mama's way of saying it just wasn't meant to be. They weren't meant to be on that playground today. When Mama pulled up to this new playground, things were so different. Yusuf felt no excitement or eagerness to play. And this playground, it seemed like it was mainly for younger kids, a place where toddlers like Bayan could enjoy, not a big kid like Yusuf. Mama unbuckled everyone to head to the playground, but Yusuf remained seated in the car with his arms folded. "Bayan can have fun. I'll just sit here." Mama rubbed Yusuf's back and gently said, "I know this is not what we planned for. We planned for some awesome goal-achieving fun. I bet you really wanted to draw a big fat check mark on your journal." Yes, Mama, that's exactly what I wanted to do. I'm so close to finishing those monkey bars, and I planned it all out. Yusuf sighed, placing his journal onto his lap. But the doctor's office called and we left late. I didn't even complain about that. But having the street blocked off and coming to this baby playground is making me so upset. Mama looked over her shoulder and scanned the playground. Wow, this is definitely a beginner's level for playgrounds. I mean, that slide is the size of a little ramp, and those swings, they look like they barely go up high. I agree, this is not meant for big kids. Yeah, I see what you're saying. But I mean, what about that? She said, pointing to these big rocks and boulders on the edge of the playground. Those huge rocks look kind of scary for toddlers. I bet that's not meant for them. Maybe it's meant for their older siblings? Mama asked hopefully. Yusuf glanced at the rocks and he straightened out his body. He grabbed his journal and turned to a new page. He jotted down the words, "Rock Climbing Day 1," and hopped off the car to take a look at this new challenge ahead of him. Yusuf stood at the parking lot with his journal open wide. He was sketching an image of the medium-sized boulder that he planned to tackle on. "Mama, I'm going to go climb that one over there. I'll see you in a bit." Mama was so relieved to see Yusuf running towards the rock climbing area. Bayan too was running towards her area. Mama watched Yusuf as he spread his arms out to help himself balance on these uneven large rocks. She watched him hop and leap across the structures, pausing at places that he felt was too scary to take on today. Yusuf climbed down after exploring this new area and happily reported, "Mama, I think I want to become an expert rock climber to climb Mount Everest." Mama chuckled. "All right, we should start tracking your progress now for day 2, day 3, day 4. Yusuf smiled. "Yeah, but I need to finish those monkey bars first, Mama. Can we drive back to the park to see if there's another way to get to that playground? Maybe the traffic is cleared by now." "Okay, we'll check," Mama replied. On the drive back home, Mama took the long way home in order to first stop at the playground with the monkey bars. While the fire truck was gone, there didn't seem to be any police officers either. The street was still blocked off. Mama stood at the stop sign and exclaimed, Oh, wow, subhanallah, this looks like a scary car accident." Yusuf stared out of his window and saw that there was a bent-up car that knocked over the fire hydrant. This car left skid marks everywhere on the street. It had spun out of control and landed right up on the sidewalk, crashing into the bench near the playground. Mama seemed pretty frightened at the sight of this accident. Yusuf was confused about why Mama looked so scared and worried. "What's wrong, Mama? Why do you look so upset?" "No, I'm not upset. I'm just thinking. Subhanallah, imagine if we had left the house 20 minutes earlier. Would we have been on this playground when this car spun out of control? Thank Allah I got that call from the doctor's office and that we were home a little longer than usual. What if we were the ones that were sitting on that bench? Subhanallah, sometimes we don't even know that Allah is pulling us away from harm." Yusuf was quiet the entire car ride home. Bayan was the only one babbling to herself. Even Mama was lost in thought. Yusuf wondered, what would have happened if they really did leave on time? And what would have happened if they really were at that playground with the monkey bars? Yusuf didn't know the answer to these what-if questions, but he did know one thing for sure.
Allah is the best of planners forever.
Jazakallah khair, everyone, for your time and support. If you've enjoyed this story, please subscribe and feel free to share with other families and friends to help spread the word about this podcast.